Many of us may be like Moses. We understand there's many needs out there, and we don't have to look past ourselves to see many needs. But we have trouble seeing past our needs, that despite our inadequacies, despite our lack of training in some areas, despite a childhood that was less than perfect, despite a now that is less than perfect, that God would handpick us to do something great with our lives for something bigger than ourselves. In this story, Moses becomes a first fruits of a harvest, God hopes. Because the same Spirit that was in Moses was also in the whole nation of Israel. Son, I may be skipping around a little bit, but I want you to get that Numbers 13 passage. One of our primary messages from the beginning here was dealing with the grasshopper mentality. How many have been around long enough to know that? Moses was the first one here dealing with it. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I to go be an ambassador of God? Who am I to actually be a solution to these people's problem? I've got problems of my own. That's what he thought. Can you not see I'm running right now? I've got problems of my own, and you're asking me to go be the solution? It's the grasshopper mentality. And so we see that Moses finally gives in and he cooperates with God, and God starts doing incredible things through Moses' life. And now the work that has finally been done in Moses now has to be done in a harvest in the whole nation, because they've all got the same attitude that Moses had. When they looked in the mirror, they only saw people who had needs. They looked in the mirror, they saw themselves as the least. They saw themselves as people always needing rescue, always needing provided for, always needing a miracle. They never saw themselves as the ones bringing a miracle, being the provider, being the healer, being the Savior. They could only look in the mirror and see, wait a minute, I need those things. I can't be those things. And so God gets them out there reasonably quick to the border of their inheritance. They're right there at the border of Canaan, a land flowing with milk and honey. Egypt was where they needed to be delivered from. The wilderness is where they are, but it's not their birthright. It's not their inheritance. It's not what God told them about. God didn't even talk to them about the wilderness, because that's not where they were supposed to be. It was a 30 or 40-day travel to the border of their birthright, of their inheritance, of the promises of God. And God's like, get focused, get fixed, set your face like flint, man, run after this thing. And they get to the border, and they decide we need to send some spies out. And so from every tribe, there's 12 tribes, from each tribe, they pull out one representative to go as a spy into the land of Canaan to really scope this thing out and see, is this true what God was saying? Is it a land flowing with milk and honey? Is it better on that side of the river than this side of the river? And so the 12 spies, they cross over, and then they come back, and sure enough, every single spy is in agreement. It is a land flowing with milk and honey. You will not believe how big the fruit is. And they're like, yeah, man, it's incredible over there what God has promised us. And they're all like, yeah, man. But then 10 of the 12 spies are saying, but you know what? Not only is the fruit big, the giants are big over there too. And the enemies are big. Big armies. Big. And they said, we're like grasshoppers in our own eyes. I want you to read this verse with me. Caleb silenced the people. Him and Joshua were the two spies who said, we can do this. Caleb means what? Caleb, what does it mean?
Rabid dog.
Rabid dog. It's a Hebrew word. It means rabid dog. You get it? Rabid dogs, man. They go after stuff, don't they? They're going after this thing. Caleb silenced the people because they were saying, who are we? Who are we to do this? We should go up and take possession of the land, for we can certainly do this. But the men who'd gone up with him said, we can't attack these people. They are stronger than we are. Bunch of whiners. And they spread among the Israelites a bad report about the land they had explored. And they said, the land we explored devours those living in it. Funny, God told them they were going to devour the others, didn't he? All the people we saw there are of great size. We saw the Nephilim there. The descendants of Anak come from the Nephilim. Those were the giants, by the way. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes. He's not saying they look at us as grasshoppers. He was saying we look at ourselves as grasshoppers. They were defining their own self-perception. This is how we see ourselves. And we look the same to them. Why are you saying that? Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that? Let me tell you, West Virginians, you bunch of hillbillies, one of which I are, and proud to be one. The perception that we say they have of us, if they have it, it's only because they see that's how we see ourselves. Now that's tight, but that's right. How do I know this? Because out of the abundance of our heart, our mouth speaks. I hear it. We get all upset because, well, they see us as grasshoppers. Hollywood sees us as grasshoppers. When they put West Virginians in movies, man, we've got no shoes. We've got no teeth. That I still have. 2 of them aren't rightfully mine. I had to borrow 2, but they've been there so many years now, I just accept them as my own. They've been adopted. They don't come out, by the way. So you don't have to worry about that, Ron. I'm not going to spew anything out on you here. Self-perception is the problem. I have learned that people change their view of you when you change the view of you. People see confidence. People see determination. They see inspiration. People see these kind of commodities in us, and then they begin to view us through the filter that we have established ourselves. Self-perception.